Hello and welcome to Season 2 of Project Adopt Live Home Chat Series, brought to you by Hope for Animals in conjunction with our friends from the arts and media industries. Returning from Season 1, my name is Audrey Lim of Audrey is Audrey, and joining me is the woman herself, the brains of the operation.
Hi, I'm Melodee. I'm from Hope for Animals. So Hope for Animals is a homegrown animal advocacy group. We have been around for about 10 years working closely with animal welfare groups, helping them fundraise as well as to bring about awareness and holding adoption drives.
This is Melodee. She's very important, but she does remember her name occasionally.
I do, but yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, we're here for animals, right?
Precisely so. Now, Project Adopt Live, the team has taken a little bit of a break after the circuit breaker ended to refresh, recharge, and rejuvenate, and now we're back bigger, better, and fluffier with more beautiful animals to adopt and more expert advice on pet care with more interviews on hot topics concerning animal welfare. And we're really excited to bring you our first episode of Season 2 right here on location for the first time in a really long time. We are here at the SPCA. If you haven't been here, you're missing out. Can you hear all the friends in the background?
You know what's the awesome part? Literally was just newly renovated. So this place is really beautiful. It's not like how you picture shelters are. There's actually very big open space. There's even like, I think it sort of look like a resort, right? In a sense.
Kind of. You've got the vibes from the open dog run area. You're overlooking a golf course so you can feel fancy with the animals.
Definitely. So after we interview SPCA's dogs and cats are for adoption, we'll also be interviewing two yummy mummies who not only play mums to their babies and their child, they are also mummies to pet owners at home, both dogs and cats. So it's really interesting because, you know, a lot of us, we kind of have this impression that babies and pets kind of can't exist in the same home, right?
Is that true? We'll find out in just a little bit.
So, before we introduce to you our guests, we'd like to shout out our wonderful sponsors.
So these are the people that we need in our lives in order to allow us to help our friends, the furry ones. First up, we have our campaign sponsor, Pets Couture. Now, since 2010, the Pets Couture has been designing fabulous original pieces from Paul Glam, glamorous collars, to fashion-forward capes, bandanas, and bow ties, and pets and owner twinnable wearables. Now, the Pets Couture has been featured on America's Steve Harvey's talk show with Nana, the cat celebrity, Hong Kong's TVB Pet Channel, and the Straits Times Yahoo Singapore, Channel 8 Morning Express, and in various local pet magazines. Check them out. We're tagging them in the comments and on the screen, www.thepetscouture.com, and they are on Instagram at thepetscouturesg.
Right. Heartfelt thanks to our next sponsor, our equipment sponsor since Season 1. So Sennheiser has been actually sponsoring the sound system for our audio since the very first season.
Thank you, Sennheiser.
And now they are also sponsoring us the second round with high quality label mics, which we are wearing right now, if you can see, and on camera microphones, providing us with unbeatable audio quality. Without their generous contribution, our show simply would not be possible. So a big thanks to Sennheiser.
Our very own Hope for Animals artist team is currently offering a range of beautiful bark ornaments that you can have personalized with a hand-drawn portrait of your pets for just $45. Now, out of this, more than 50% will be going to the shelters, so check out these gorgeous miniature works of art, perfect as gifts for loved ones or as a special memento for yourself and your fur friends.
Those are really beautiful because they are all locally designed, all locally drawn. So at the end of the day, whatever you're paying for is a unique piece. We'd also like to thank all our other sponsors who we couldn't be more grateful to have you on board. At the end of the day, any small contribution counts, especially when it comes to our furry little pets.
Now, we have 6 beautiful fur babies up for adoption today. But first, we will tell you a little bit about the SPCA in case you have not heard of them before. The Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals is a registered animal welfare charity with IPC status. This is not a government agency, and they rely on donations from supporters to continue their very important role as animal protectors right here in Singapore. Now, the objectives of the society are to prevent cruelty to animals and birds and to promote kindness to animals and birds. We've got a little bit of their fundraising video for you, which will roll right now. We're coming back from that wonderful video with our first fur friend up for adoption. This is XENA, and she is 3 years old. You can tell she has her basic commands on track, and ooh, she's very food motivated, and ooh, she will spray you with showers of blessings as a sign of her love and affection. Now, XENA is not HDB approved. She's a slightly tall girl. So if you're keen on a beautiful tall lady, this is the one that you definitely want in your life. Now, she's a very human-centric dog, right? Very friendly.
Yes.
She gets very, very excitable. And this might be a very good fit for someone who is experienced with dogs and
Yes.
understands that XENA is just really, really enthusiastic about life. And she might show her enthusiasm sometimes by nibbling slightly. She's not an aggressive dog, she's just mouthing you slightly. So if you have an understanding of how doggies might be able to be mouthy but not aggressive in the same way, this would be a perfect option for you. I would say that based on conversations we've had from the people here at the SPCA, XENA is most suitable for families without children.
Oh no, actually she does well with children.
Oh yeah, with children
Yeah.
who are
So-
okay with the mouthiness of
Yeah,
her.
so in a sense, right, XENA, she's more playful, so you can see she's just playing around. This is not at all aggressive, and this is something that we need to actually showcase, because the thing is that a lot of people have this impression that dogs, when they bite, they're aggressive, but they're actually just being mouthy. Hey? So you can see she's actually a very, very playful girl. And yeah, she's more suitable for experienced owners so that they aren't afraid of all this.
And they're able
Yes.
to understand and adapt to this energy that she
Yes.
brings through.
So
See,
actually,
iPads are not for
Yes.
eating. Not really.
So you can see that it also mix around with, it depends on the type of person you are. If you are more of a person that prefers a chill kind of dog, then perhaps this
Maybe
may
not XENA.
Yeah. But if you're an active person, a person who likes to go out, who likes to go running, a person who, you know, even goes trekking, I think XENA will be perfect for you. So as you
High
can
energy
see,
families.
Yeah. So as you can see, right, she was mouthing me. There's no bite wounds. There's actually like, it's just more a playful nibbling. So again, this is not aggression, and this is something that we need to actually let you guys know. So yeah, I think XENA is kind of attracted by what's going on outside.
So we'll tell you a little bit about XENA's backstory. Now, this warrior princess has a fantastic backstory. She was found
Okay.
abandoned
Down.
by her owner in
Down.
June 2019. And she was tied to a pole with a harness and a collar on. So she was clearly someone's baby, someone's pet. Adverts were placed in the Lost and Found column in the Straits Times, but no one came forward to claim this beautiful face. So now their loss is your gain. You have the chance right now to tell us a little bit more about what information you would like to know about XENA and see whether this warrior princess can fit into your home life. If you feel like you are the perfect match for XENA and for her beautiful levels of energy, then now is the time. Just leave all the comments that you have right here in the Facebook comments, and we will try to field these questions as much as possible. Remember, she is very, very enthusiastic, very energetic. She's suitable for a home where they like this kind of high energy and they're not too concerned with the mouthiness that comes with it. Remember, she is not an aggressive dog. She's just playing very, very enthusiastically. If you're keen on a vibrant addition to your family, if you don't live in an HDB and you are okay with the size of her, this might be the perfect addition to your family. We're going to check over on the Facebook link now to see whether there are any questions that we can field. And ooh, behind me, she's getting very, very enthusiastic. This is the best kind of addition.
Good girl. Down. No. Sit.
Oh, so close, so
down,
close.
Down, down. Sit, sit.
I'm gonna check the Facebook.
So also just to point out, right, that when you adopt from SPCA, at the end of the day, they actually give you a lot of guidance. So if you are concerned with how they behave or how they react, and like I say, again, because she likes to nibble when they are playful, this is not aggression. This is again being very playful. So if you are worried about this kind of scenarios, but you really love XENA's character, and her enthusiasm, this is the perfect time to adopt her, because not only do you receive a lot of guidance from SPCA themselves, they will always be on standby. So if you need guidance on how to get a trainer, or even which groomer will be better, or how to react to certain things that XENA do, this is the best time, because when you adopt from any animal welfare groups, they will give you all-rounder support, and they will even introduce you to interest clubs. So like for example on Facebook, XENA is actually a Singapore special. So when you adopt any Singapore special, you can join Singapore Specials Club Singapore on Facebook group. So any kind of okay, so she's not interested in the treat anymore. So when you adopt and you are inside that group, you get a lot of support from the community itself and people who have dealt with Singapore specials. So this would be perfect. Sit. Good girl. So
Look at this face. If you are keen on Lydia, I know you asked whether there are any adoptions today. XENA is number 1 of 6 today. If you're keen on coming through, yes, on this very curious, very vivacious girl, just fill out the form that is available and we will get all this information coming to you. We're going to move on really quickly to
our next one.
Our next animal up for adoption. We're going to be moving over to the cattery corner.
So we'll be going over to the cat one while XENA actually goes back to her own little place to come down for a little bit more.
She's keen.
Yes, and there's actually a nice dog run here, so they do bring her out for a dog run, right? So maybe you can follow us to walk over to the cat side.
Let's go.
Okay, so let's head
XENA,
over.
XENA here's her colleague.
No. Okay, no, stay.
Okay. Oopsie gosh, not you, XENA. Not you. We'll get the camera out with us. Yes.
Okay, so
Excellent.
we are heading over to the cat section now.
Let's go.
So would you like to carry her or shall I?
Sure. I'm just not sure if I've got enough paws for that.
It's alright, then I'll do it.
Darling.
Hi, girl.
Hi. Let's go inside.
You go first.
I will. Come through. So, welcome to the cattery.
Hello. I think they had to sit at the bottom. It's alright. So as you can see, we have our next cat up for adoption.
Baby.
Okay, so cats are a little bit more free-spirited. We can't really, hold them up for you to see. So as you can see, dogs and cats, there are really a big difference in terms of their personalities.
Hi. You've got the best eyes. I'm not sure whether she's turned around enough so that you can see her eyes, but you can get lost in these beautiful pools. Why don't we tell everyone the name of this beautiful girl?
It's apparently a boy, so we got that wrong. So he looks so pretty that we actually thought it was a girl.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, but this is actually MARLEY, and
Hi,
MARLEY is a 4-year-old cat. He is actually very friendly. As you can see, he kind of allowed me to carry, although cats don't want you to always carry them. It's more of like
MARLEY.
on their own time, own base. So according to SPCA, he is very affectionate. He loves to get pet. Oh, okay.
Oh, look at this.
Yes, he's loving the pet and affection. So he loves humans. So anyone who loves cats, who wanna like pet them, have them on their lap, Netflix and chill with your cats, this is the perfect one.
Oh, so affectionate.
Oh yes, see.
Oh, that's the Shokum's face. And now you can see Marley's beautiful eyes. Marley's gorgeous eyes.
And
No,
so
he's more keen on the cuddles.
Yes.
He's like, yeah, take your toys. We don't want your toys. We just want the pets.
pets.
We want the lovings. So definitely for you, if you want a very affectionate addition to your home, if you want a cat who loves loving you, So I think Marley is just very keen on spreading the love and the joy about the world, and I think we all need a little bit more of that these days.
Yes.
Very keen on human affection. So if you're working from home, if your work has now allowed you to do a permanent work from home situation, you will have a very gentle office partner who's always going to be there to like pep you up, especially if it's been one of those days, right? And you need some affection, some encouragement in the workday. How's Marley with little kids?
I think Marley is alright with kids. I think because she's a really loving human so much, she's affectionate. So, you know, she may be perfect for families with children, but then again, when you deal with cats, it's a little bit different because not all cats would be okay with the pulling and tugging. I mean, you naturally when children, they don't know this stuff, so they may pull the tail, the ears, and these are definitely sensitive areas for cats. For kids, I think it's very important for mothers and their fathers to actually teach them on where they can and cannot touch them, where they cannot pull.
And look at this manja. So if you want a gorgeous man in your life,
Gorgeous man.
very gorgeous man in your life,
Low maintenance man
Yes.
that does not, you know, well, we can't really mention this kind of stuff, right? Can
who'll
we?
have eyes for you.
And only you.
Well, unless you're another human, in which case he'll probably send some love to the other human too. Very curious, you can see, like he's just constantly on the lookout for what's next, what's new.
So
But-
he's really, really affectionate. He's more affectionate than he is playful, yeah?
Yeah, he's not really keen on any of the accessories. He just wants the pettings and the rubbings
And the love.
and the love. And I'm not sure whether you can hear him, but
He's purring.
yes, he's vibrating.
He's actually quite a small cat, huh?
He is, considering he's sleek. He's a very svelte young man. Maybe he could do a little bit of feeding up.
Feeding up.
Yeah, because he's 4 years old, so I'm guessing that this is the absolute full size that he's going to be at. Did you hear him? He's chatting with us now, and
He's lovable.
just really keen on finding a wonderful new family who would be really keen on giving him the love and affection that he needs. If you want a curious addition, a lap cat who wants to
He
constantly.
just rubbed on you.
He did. He's basically saying this one's mine.
Oh,
Right,
so
but he shares.
So if you are intending to adopt or you have any questions, feel free to actually comment them in. Our volunteers around here will actually share with us. If you have any questions, we'll try our best to answer you. There's also SPCA officer on standby. So again, any questions or any concerns?
We've got you
Yes.
sorted out.
And if you are keen to adopt, there is a link in the caption, or we'll actually post it out in the comments and we'll screen it live so that if you are interested to adopt, please feel free to actually fill up that form. That form will be then sent over to SPCA and SPCA will actually run through and follow up with you after that.
I'm going to have a quick look at the comments to see how we're doing. And in the meantime, we're just trying to get Marley, darling.
He's looking out.
Fantastic. So we've got comments coming through from Grace. Grace is saying that they adopted a Singapore special last August and the staff at the SPCA were great.
Ooh.
They had one staff member on their WhatsApp and he's been great responding to questions. So that's what you're going to get if you adopt a little bit more from the SPCA on-call loving.
Yes. Of course, at the end of the day, when you adopt from SPCA or any animal welfare groups, they will actually give you all kinds of guidance. They will help you with regards to where you can bring your pet for grooming, where you can bring your pet to train. So there's really all-rounder support. When you have the community support, you'll always be a very good pet owner at the end of the day.
Are you hungry?
I'm just hungry for attention.
I agree. So Melodee's got Marley's number on lock. This baby just can't get enough of loving you. And if you feel that you want to open up your heart and your home to a very handsome boy, we've got one for you. Let us know whether you've got any questions. And Marley is coming to explore
So she's
and
actually
warm
like
the couples
climbing
of your heart.
She's actually climbing on the camera person,
He
but like
is.
she can't see. I think she likes to climb on Melodee as well.
Yeah, so the ultimate curious, affectionate lap cat. He's constantly looking out for someone else to love. So if you want to be that next person that Marley loves, fill in that form, comment. And we've got multiple other candidates for you. We've got 4 more beautiful animals for you at the SPCA today. Let us know if you've got questions about Marley.
So while we're waiting for the next dog, our next dog is actually Aboy. He's coming in soon, but he's actually having a wild time running in the dog run. So let's spend a little bit more time with Marley. I think Marley is so sweet.
If Marley were of food, what kind of food do you think he would be?
Marley food?
Yes. I'm
I would say
guessing.
a decadent chocolate cake.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, no joke. I was going to say that he's probably like a chocolate lava. You know, he's very warm, he's very puddly, but he'll definitely get an attention from everyone once he wafts into the
Yes.
room. That would be my guess, that Marley would be a yummy chocolate cake.
He really loves the attention that he's
He
getting.
does. And he's just looking out because he can see that there are other cameras. He's like, why? Why would I choose just one person when I can get all the attention from all the people around? Miriam O'Sullivan is saying, what a lovely cat. We completely agree with you. And Miriam, if you're keen to get to know Marley a little bit more and complete your alliterative household, Miriam and Marley sitting in a tree, this boy would be a beautiful addition to your home. And it would be fantastic. So Grace is saying that Marley might be cookies and cream Pocky.
Wow.
What do you think? That's very specific. Well, I guess he is very sleek like Pocky. You know, he isn't like a chunky cat. He's not a Kit Kat chunky. He's definitely a Pocky.
I love how specific that was because like Pocky kind of like you can't stop at one as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You need more and more loving. Miriam's asking, what is Marley's temperament with dogs? How is Marley with dogs?
So if I remember correctly, Marlene is not so good with dogs, right? If I remember correctly. Yeah, so I think in a sense, not all dogs and cats are being exposed to one another. So not necessarily any cats can get along with dogs, not necessarily any dogs can get along with cats. So, but I think they have tried. Probably she might have seen another dog around here. Her reaction may be the typical response of a cat, but you know, we never know until certain things is tried out. But I think SPCA has given us the confirmation that Marley is not too keen on being friends with the other species yet.
Just yet. But as Fiza correctly points it out, this baby has the perfect temperament to be a therapy cat.
Oh yes, so if anyone's interested to understand what therapy cat's all about, because I mean, it is kind of an odd thing to actually hear. We don't hear that every day. So we'll be covering cat therapy later on in our other episodes as well, where we have Love Coaching Project coming in to share with us a little bit more of what cat therapy does and how it is.
All that information coming up on future episodes of Pet Adopt Live. So if you've got questions, you've found the right place to get all your burning questions about our fur friends answered. And on that note, I think we are going
To our next pet.
We're going to say goodbye to Marley. If we can drag ourselves away from this handsome boy.
Okay, so you can go to the dog first, or shall I?
I think I will slowly... why don't you go ahead? I think Marley's not done with me. Marley's not quite done
So
with
maybe we may need to carry Marley while I actually
sure.
head out so that we don't have any incidents.
me. Okay.
Okay, so let's head all over to Marley. To our boy.
To a boy.
Yes.
Hi, darling.
Okay. So maybe
Okay, I've got Marley on standby. Oh, he's so sweet. Okay. Okay, I'm going to leave you, Marley. You're going to have to let me go, darling. You're going to have to let me go. Okay, I'm gonna gracefully hold the cat and my devices. Very gracefully.
hello.
There you go. Do we put the kitty cat
10
in
minutes
the...
or so.
Ooh. There you go, honey. There you go.
Okay,
No
so are we
worries.
here with our boy? Right. So as you can see, Audrey will be joining us shortly. Our boy is actually here already waiting for his preview.
Yes.
Aren't you?
Hiya, boy.
Such a sweet boy. He's really tame, you know, very different from what you saw earlier on. So our boy, as you can tell, he's kind of tame, more demure characteristic. Maybe Audrey can share with us a little bit more about his profile card.
So Aboy is 4 years old. As you can see, he's a gorgeous Singapore special, a tall boy, so he's not HDB approved, and he loves going for walks. He's extremely food motivated, as we will see.
Sure.
There you go, anything for the treatsies. He would be most suitable for families without children because he's a big boy who doesn't understand how strong he is. He's very friendly with humans. Look at that, he's so clever.
And he's so gentle with it. I mean, how often do you see a dog that's so gentle?
Because he's big and tall.
Yes, you know,
Such a big, tall boy.
you know, there's this thing whereby we call them gentle giants. Them being so big, right? They don't even know that they are being so big. So when they behave around certain things, they kind of get very soft and very demure with it. So I think our boy is kind of a timid little boy, I would say. He's more gentle, more sweet. He's not sterilized, but I believe, he is sterilized. So once you adopt from SPCA, most of the dogs here are sterilized, and at the end of the day, like I say, you will get all the help that you require when you adopt from SPCA. He's actually a really nice color. Looks more like a Labrador actually.
Yeah, he does have that very familiar honey-like coat and that very, very friendly face that you'd associate with some of the more fancy dogs that you might have come across. So Aboy really is very friendly with humans, but you might need to introduce him slowly to other dogs. So it's one of those situations where he probably was more used to humans being loving and gentle with him. Other dogs, maybe he sees them as pals that he can rough around a little bit more.
Be a bit more playful.
Exactly. So you might need to just give him a little bit of time. If you have existing dogs in your household, it might be a good idea to just give our boy a little bit of time and space to warm up to his new family members. He does need to go for leash training, as he does pull a little bit as he walks. But with these beautiful grounds that the SPCA has, he is being slowly introduced to the leash and walking on a leash.
Yeah.
And these are things that, as Melodee has said, you'll be given so many resources to help you along your adoption journey, especially if you go for this very tall, handsome man over my shoulder. Extremely curious, so food motivated. The minute he hears the treat bag going, let's see how he goes.
Sit.
You can do it.
Good boy. So as you can see, there's kind of a reward-based training. So these are the type of trainings that we kind of recommend, because at the end of the day, when you reinforce positive training, it naturally, at the end of the day, we don't want to be a hard force or an iron fist to work with them. We want to be more rewarding so that they know, like, they associate the good with their behavior. So these are the things that SPCA will guide you along the way when you adopt from them. Boy.
So to answer some of the questions that are pouring in, Gemini and Sumitani are both asking about HGB approved dogs. Yes, we will have an HGB approved doggy up for adoption later on. Fergus is his name, and you'll be meeting him very, very shortly. But if you have room in your homes and hearts for a big boy, and this one right here is a big boy.
And he's really patient, yeah. He doesn't grab the food from me. So in a sense, I would say that he's quite well mannered. So at the end of the day, a dog is dependent on your personality as well.
Yes.
And you can't really, as much as you try to showcase the pets here today, it will always be best that you actually drop by SPCA, make an appointment with SPCA, drop by, meet up the pets, and then after have a kind of a one-to-one sessions with the SPCA officer
to see how you sync,
yes,
your personalities, because you're ultimately getting a new member of your family into your home. And it would be great, and this is one of those rare situations where you don't have to rely on fate to see whether your new child will fit the personality that you and your existing family members have. This is a rare opportunity where you can meet them in person before welcoming them into your home and figure out whether the energy levels and the affection levels that you have already naturally in your home would be a good fit. And we have so many beautiful animals who would be a fantastic addition to so many different families. So there's a dog for every person, there's a cat for every person, and this one's a thirsty one today. He's really, really thirsty.
I think because the weather is really quite hot today.
Yeah, he's a smart one.
Yeah, but he is a lovely, lovely breed. So at the end of the day, a lot of people have this perception that Singapore Specials are aggressive.
No, look at this one. He's a marshmallow.
He's completely in his own world in a sense. But you can.
Now he's digging for it.
And now
what are
he's
you
playing
looking
with
for? So clearly, very, very motivated to find out more.
Good boy.
So he
Good
does know his
boy.
basic sits. Really smart animal.
You know, at the end of the day, boys and girls, male and female dogs, it depends on which one you are connecting to the most.
Absolutely.
And I think for our boy, he's kind of a sweet personality. So at the end of the day, if you are looking for a pet that's more Netflix and chill,
Yeah.
yeah, like really just a Netflix and chill dog, I think our boy would be very suitable. One thing that we want to just highlight is that although the name has already been named and he's answering to our boy, if you are looking to change the names, it depends on whether the dog actually wants to respond to you. I think
he's
at the end,
searching.
I think at
He's
the
just
end of the
burrowing.
day, when you adopt a pet, you kind of want to change the names, but sometimes the names kind of grown on you, right?
I think it's something that's perfectly within your ability. If, for example, you find a new name that really speaks to both you and the animal, this would be a great chance for you to find out what resonates with the pair of you. And if they're learning how to hang out in a new family anyway, they might very well be okay with learning a new name. And that ultimately comes down to how much time and effort you put into the relationship. Because this is a relationship like so many others.
Goodbye. Let's say goodbye.
There we go, we've got a beauty shot.
Good boy.
We've got a beauty shot of our boy here. You can look into his kind eyes. He totally knows what's up.
So our boy actually is not too friendly with other dogs. He's more of a lone dog. So I would say that he will be perfect for families that are looking at just having one boy, just one dog alone.
One and done.
Yes, I mean at the end of the day, it's a bit hard to manage more than one. It will take like an experienced owner. So our boy will be perfect for families that are looking to keep it quiet, simple at home.
And with a lot of water.
Lots of water.
We have the campaign manager for the Stay Hydrated movement here in Singapore.
I think actually Lucky is ready. Our next pet is Lucky, who is a cat, and she seems ready for us to introduce her.
Fantastic. So we're gonna do one last farewell with Aboy. There he is. Beauty shot of Aboy. And he's coming through. Oh, he's coming around the other side. I was just distracting him while Melodee got out first.
So while Audrey is saying our last goodbye to our boy, I'm gonna head
gorgeous.
over to Lucky, who is a female
We're going to
cat.
say bye-byes. Say our bye-byes. And then we're going to get the camera out too. I've got you, my sweet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Excellent.
So you know her story.
Safety first.
She has been diagnosed with breast cancer and removed it, so need regular vet checkup.
Okay.
In we go with Lucky. Let's get you through. Hello, Lucky.
Okay. Oops. So,
There she goes.
Oops, I got a wrong handle of her. So,
Hi.
check out Lucky. She's a beautiful black cat.
Oh, she's got a tux on, so she dressed for the occasion.
She got white socks as
I
well.
know. I've got the best opinions of kitty cats with the paws on, and you can just see how smart she looks. Now, Lucky has a fantastic story. Now, Lucky is as Lucky does, and this girl, she's 6 years old. A local tuxedo cat was brought in by a very, very kind rescuer. Now, this is another survivor. Lucky was hit by a vehicle and was very badly injured, and she was hospitalized in a private animal clinic until she was fully recovered, and subsequently they found that she had breast cancer, which required her to go through another surgery to remove the lump. Now, she has been adopted once before, but due to her stray habits, you can't keep a girl down. She tried to sneak out of the house constantly, which left the ex-owner with no choice but to return her to the SPCA to find her forever home. Now, Lucky still needs to go for regular checkups to make sure that she's in great health and there's no sign of the lump growing back. And currently she's being checked by our vet at the SPCA regularly. you can see her prowling. You can see her prowling and trying to get like a handle on who's coming next.
She's
who's
not a
coming
cat,
down.
she's a tiger.
She is. So we just passed the International Tiger Day a couple of days ago, and we've got a feline princess rather, to introduce to you. You can see her skulking and stalking. So she knows what's up. Very curious, constantly on the lookout, right? To just see. You can see her on her close-up camera.
I think
she's looking to
really-
see what's next.
Yeah, she's
what's
really
coming
interested.
next. There are
You know-
all these sounds. you know?
Yes, and I think because like it's very rare for cats to go out. So when you bring them out, they kind of get very curious about their environment.
Precisely so.
Yeah, so I think for her to be curious, she's walking around, checking out the area, and I think specifically, so for those that are not, majority of you guys are not here. I forgot, sometimes we're on the live stream. So here right there is actually an area, there's a pathway. So she's kind of curious because there's people walking in and out. So that kind of like gets her really, really interested.
Let's find out how she is with toys. So we're going to just like make some noise with the toys, which I think she's a bit of a football cat. She's a football cat. She's just dribbling over the ball, and she's not keen on the ball. We're gonna see whether she's keen on. Are you keen on this one? Lucky, are you? She's like, no.
Right.
Madam declines the feather.
I think she's kind of stressed out because of all the dogs barking.
There are
probably.
doggies in the background. The dog run is right behind us, and understandably, this little miss is not. She has no time for the doggies. So if you've got a family with a dog already, perhaps Miss Lucky is not the kitty for you, but there are so many other options available that you will see on the stream today. Lucky is currently stalking again. I think she's trying to see whether if she does this movement enough times, the wall will move. Maybe the wall will move if she just checks it one more time and she can finally see what's behind that wall.
I'm really curious to see what's going on in her mind right now for her to do that.
Oh, she's hearing the footsteps because we've got a bit of a camera crew going on in the background. We've got our beautiful yummy mummies who are coming up for the interview later on. So there's so many people walking around, and Lucky is not missing a single thing.
How about this?
Hi, you want to visit with me? So you can see that Lucky is extremely sleek.
And I just gave her an outlook to actually hide away.
I know. Should we? Oh, there she is. She's curious enough to come back, but she's keeping very low all the time.
Kind of like a new environment. So again, whatever you see today may not be the pet's personality. At the end of the day, for you to actually see them is actually to make an appointment with SPCA, come down, meet the pets, and get to know a little bit more from our SPCA's officers. The officers at the end of the day will be able to guide you on whether it's suitable for your household, suitable for your family and with children, or even with your elderlies, because some of us, we still stay with our parents, right?
Yeah.
And we do have to choose a pet that does not cause problems for your parents. We don't want an incident whereby a pet may be a bit too active for your parents who may be a little bit more slower. So at the end of the day, when you are looking to adopt, it's not just you, it's the household that you stay in, and as well as for the pet to see whether it's suitable for you.
And again, there are so many different personality types, and remember that you're adopting a new member of your family. So again, the energy levels, the level of affection, the level of exercise that your new pet might needs to correspond with the home environment that you're providing for your animal. And again, you will not be walking this journey alone. You will have an entire team behind you to guide you and tell you what you need to do, what tips and tricks that they might have to help your new adopted feline family member integrate fully into your environment.
Oh, so one thing is that, so earlier on I mentioned about this interest group on Facebook.
Yeah.
And there are interest groups for cats as well. There's so many of them. But one of them that I would like to shout out on is there's this group called the Cat Lovers Singapore. So at the end of the day, whatever breed, whatever cats that you adopted or you purchase, anything, as long as you have a cat or you love cats,
Yes.
just join the group. They will be very helpful. They will actually guide you on even one thing that a lot of people are unsure of is that cats actually do need grooming.
Exactly.
So they will actually guide you of like which groomers to look out for, which groomers to go for, and especially like sterilization of your cats. So she's
Yes.
very meowy, yeah?
She is. She's got opinions about sterilization of cats.
She does not want to be sterilized.
No, she
But-
understands. She understands.
I'm sorry.
Look at her sockies. I've always been in favor of just the cats in clothes, and this one comes with the clothes already. Her markings come with the, she comes with the mittens and the socks, and she's got that beautiful star on her chest and on her face.
So she's really curious about that area.
She is. So I'm guessing that that's the area where she's ordinarily resident here at the SPCA. She will be here waiting for you once you make your appointment to come down and meet with her and her furry and two-legged friends, who are going to tell you a little bit more about what you might need to prepare for getting a new cat in your home.
Again, if you have any questions, feel free to comment them in. We'll try our best to answer them. And as well as if you're interested, just a last shout out again, that if you are interested, do fill up the form. Even if you're interested in fostering, this is a chance for you to actually consider adoption and fostering. And their form is inside the caption in the video, or they will be commented by our volunteers in the comments, or they will be actually screened at the bottom right here. So at the end of the day, if you're choosing adoption or fostering, SPCA will be one of the perfect choices because they will help you every step of the way.
And you will get to meet very vocal and prowly animals. So we've met, you can see how different the personality is from the first cat that we featured here today, Marley. So Marley was very keen to come close and to be very intimate with us, whereas Lucky is just very keen to see what's going on over there. Let's see what's happening over there. There's just so many different things and different personality types. There's a cat, there's a dog for every home. So don't rule out adoption. It's a chance to find new ways to experience your family through the addition of a new fur friend. So
I think adoption at the end of the day is a very unique experience. We can't explain it to you because you have to go through it in order to understand the feelings or it's just a very unique feeling that it cannot be explained, and everyone reacts differently to it.
it's like the Matrix. We can't explain to you what it is.
You have
need
to go
experience
through it,
for
yes.
yourself.
I think our last dog is actually really.
Oh, yay! Okay, a lot of people were really keen on finding out about HDB-friendly animals. We've got one right now, so we're going to leave Lucky,
Oh, I'm so
who's
sorry.
very curious about what's going on. So we're going to leave her.
With our SPCA officer.
Yes.
And we're gonna head over to our next dog, who is HDB approved. Okay, you can tell that he's kind of like chill as well.
Yes. Uncle
Hi,
Fergie.
Boy,
Hello, Fergus.
he's a good boy. So as you can see, even when you meet and interact dogs, it's very important not to just go up front to their face. Wherever that they are, you need to stand a little bit further away. Let them come to you. Because it's the same with humans. When we make new friends, you don't straight up, hi, I'm in your face. You kind of let the person come up to you in a slow, gentle manner. So with dogs, it's very, very similar. You can't go up to their face. You have to wait for them to come over to you, smell you. So when dogs smell, again, some children may not understand this. And if you have children at home who you are looking to adopt, you may need to explain to your children that dogs, they interact through smelling you, licking you, as you can see.
Hi, baby. Oh, well, he's becoming very acquainted with my hip. Hi.
He wants
So
you
this
to
is
pet.
Fergus. Fergus is a snuggle bug. This is my first time meeting him, and he's decided he's in love with my pants.
Yes, I
I
realize
love them
that.
too. Hi, Fergus. Hi, Fergie Wurgie.
So Fergus is actually a 14-year-old Shih Tzu. He is HDB approved and he's very, very affectionate.
Yes.
You can tell he loves Audrey. He loves the human companion, and he is very, very food motivated. So being food motivated is easy for you to
Yes,
train
he-
them.
We want the rubbings. Yes. Oh, he's having the best time. Everyone's having the best time right now. And Fergus is just happy to be alive. He's the happiest baby right now. So everyone was asking earlier on about whether there are any HDB-sized friends up for adoption today. And Fergus is it. Fergus is him. He is our HDB-approved baby.
And despite his age, you can tell he is still relatively active.
Yeah, so much pep.
Yes.
He's
and
so energetic. and he's
give me
keen.
love.
Yes. Oh, this one. Look at this one. He's just getting right in there. He's like, no, I demand this affection. You will give it to me. And he's just panting away. It's a hot, gorgeous day here at the SPCA. And this is the perfect day for you to bring a new friend back into your life. Ooh, Fergus, at least buy me dinner first.
Well, the difference is that you don't have to dine or date a dog. Let's see.
How do you like that? Ooh, let me free your paw from my mic pack. Oh.
Oh, you see, so he actually gives up food. He prefers love.
He prefers love to food. Oh, if only all men were like you.
Oops, we did not mean anything by that.
Oh, but look at this handsome man. So if you want an older man in your life,
Who's affectionate,
who's very affectionate,
who gives you all love.
Fergus is seeking arrangement. And you can make an appointment to hang out with this studly older man.
So cute.
Yes. He's so friendly and so happy, and he's just wants all the belly rubs. And yes, again, Fergus is HDB sized. He's party sized.
Party size.
He's party sized and keen to find his forever home. I'll give you a little bit more background about Fergus. He is a Shih Tzu, and as you can tell, very, very, very affectionate, loves the human companionship, very suitable for families. You can see that he came straight in and is just loving straight away. You know, there's no worries about whether he's going to be overly energetic with your younger children. If you've got younger children in the house, if you've got older members of your family there, Fergus will be fantastic for humans and other dogs. So if you've got existing fur friends in the house, maybe Fergus would be a suitable pal to come into your home and add all that joy into your family. He loves going for walks, but we understand that if you want a Fergus in your life, you need to be slightly patient, as Fergus is getting on in his years, so you need to be, his vision isn't as sharp as it used to be, which is great. That means that with this older man, you don't need to worry about makeup.
You don't need to worry about how you look, how you dress.
He appreciates you as you are. So he's not shallow, he just loves you and he wants affection.
It's unconditional love when you
Yes.
adopt pets. They really just give you unconditional love. And you know, for Fergus, I think really age is just a number. You know, although he's old enough to get out his CPF,
Yes.
he still has so much energy and he's such a lovable dog.
He
How
is.
many dogs are so affectionate and love
Straight
you?
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight away. Just be right off the bat, you know, but I think he wants to come and kiss the camera a little bit.
He wants to show love to
Yes.
everybody.
So Fergus is very keen that that the SPCA has brought 3 women into his pen today. So if you feel that Fergus would be a good fit for you and your family, a lot of you were asking earlier on about whether we had HDB approved doggies. This would be your HDB approved doggie. Hi, baby.
So we have a question coming in asking whether Fergus have any health problems. Earlier on, I think Audrey did mention that Fergus is going slightly have a slight cataract on one eye, but be rest assured that when you adopt any pets from SPCA, all pets will actually go through a health check
me give you back
before
your
they
paw.
go up for adoption. So at the end of the day, when you adopt, you can be rest assured that all the health issues have been checked out and everything will be explained to you via SPCA.
Yes.
They will also guide you with a lot of things, such as like what type of exercises would be good, what type of medication, what type of grooming, what type of vet, anything that you may need to look out for. So at the end of the day, it's important to understand that when you adopt a pet, it is for
there's one
life.
more.
Fergus is 14 years old, but he is still as hyper. He's still active, and he's still so manja.
There you go, you found it.
We have another question, which is he toilet trained? So he is toilet trained. You can actually bring him out for walks. When you bring him out for walks, he's more grass trained, and yeah, you know, bringing him out for walks, this is a perfect time, especially because you want to go out exercise.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we all need that. God knows we all need that. We have definitely put on enough weight during the 2 months.
Observe my COVID kilos.
So yes, having a dog right now would be perfect because you kind of realize that maybe it will be the best time to focus more on caring for yourself, caring for your health. And when you have a pet, naturally you will care more for yourself. It is a much more healthier lifestyle. You tend to go out more for walks, watch what you eat, what they eat. So yes, if you are wondering whether Fergus would be actually still as active as a 7-year-old dog, he is still active. He's just a very, very demure dog that loves attention.
You can tell, like he has not stopped coming up to us and insisting on love and affection. So if this is the kind of energy that you want to welcome into your home, we have the perfect candidate. This is Fergus. He's 14 going on 15, and he just wants all the snuggles, the snuggles in the world.
He looks like Chewbacca.
He does look a bit like Chewie. Can you make a Chewie voice?
Oh, I don't think he will.
Can you do a Chewie voice?
I can do a bark. That's
Okay,
all
try.
I can.
Yes, he liked that. So Chewie speaks fluent bark.
Yes.
So if you want a Wookiee cookie in your home, Uncle Fergus is really keen on bringing love and light into your home and hearth.
He's giving so much love all around.
He is.
I mean, he's giving love not only to us, but so in case you're wondering, the person that's handling the camera behind right now is Melodee, and he can love her so much.
Yes.
So you can tell that he has a very big heart.
He's an equal opportunity snuggle bug.
Look at him. He's like, yes, I will.
Burrow into your lap. And this is a treat for me, considering I'm only meeting Fergus for the first time, and already he's just showering me with all this love and affection. Oh, you're such a sweetheart. My dog's gonna be so jealous when I get home.
Oh, he's going to smell
Yes,
all
I'm
of
gonna.
Fergus
Yes,
on you.
there's gonna be all of Fergus all the time. He's just having the best. He's having the best showcase. I think he
Yes.
likes the camera.
Actually, I think Fergus may be great for first-time pet owners with kids.
Yeah.
And even with elderlies at home, he may be very suitable for people who is looking to have a companion at home with you. And you know, he's more of a chill dog. And technically, when you adopt from SPCA, they're kind of semi-trained already. So for first-time pet owners, I think Fergus would be perfect. He loves attention. He loves rubs.
Look at
tummy
that.
rubs.
Rub.
This is called molestation by the MCs. We are molesting the dog. So much molest.
No, he loves us.
So while we are waiting for the last cat to come in, we are just going to spend a little bit more time with Fergus.
I'm not complaining. I'm sure our viewers at home aren't complaining either.
Fergus
Oh,
is so cute.
I wish you could come here and just appreciate the squishiness of this beautiful animal. And Faith is saying that love from humans will certainly transform his looks, guaranteed. I think he's quite a handsome man. I think he's already a very handsome man. And nothing more than getting his forever home will finally just put that glow into his aura. And already, even though he's living here at the SPCA with our wonderful officers and vets and volunteers, imagine how much more shiny he will be and how much he'll come to life when you bring him home and make him a part of your family. Oh, look at this boy!
All right,
The
our next
sweetest,
cat
sweetest
is
animal.
ready.
We're going to transit over.
We're going to try to leave.
We're going to tear ourselves away. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it. Melodee, you might have to do the next one alone. I'm just here with Fergus now, and he's got my heart.
We are all in it for personal agendas, which is to play with pets and just play with pets. That's all.
Exactly, and we get them adopted. How great is that?
Kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
So we're gonna peel ourselves away from this handsome man.
Audrey is going to peel herself away. I'm going to head over to the cats.
Yes. So let's move over and just say goodbye to Fergus. Remember, he's 14. He's a Shih Tzu, HDB approved. For the people who are very keen on having HDB approval, he's pocket-sized compared to the other doggies that we've had on the show. We're gonna say goodbye right now, Fergus.
So we're going to wait this time. We're going to make sure that Audrey, me, and our camera lady is in. Then we'll
Yes.
bring out James because...
Coming through.
So maybe just to share a little bit with you, James is a 9-year-old boy.
Hi.
Ooh.
Hi, handsome.
And he's huge.
You're a big one.
You're huge.
You're a
All
big
right,
boy.
okay. All right, he's huge. He is huge.
Hi. Wow, he wastes no time coming in and scoping out the size and
Yes.
shape of everyone here.
He really looks like he just came back from Circuit 2.
I think so, you know. He's been one of those people who got really ripped, really shredded while he was away from office. And then you come back and you're like, whoa, James, you've been working out.
Indeed, he has.
James, you've been working out,
For a
man.
9 years old, he's still relatively active.
So James is 9, yeah. So he's a local cat. He's another one who is very, very curious about his environment, very affectionate, and he needs a very patient, experienced cat mom and dad to help him adapt to a new space and learn to trust another human. Now, James has an adventure story for how he came to be here. Now, he was found in a monsoon drain back in March 2018, and he wasn't doing very well. He was not in a good state at all, and he was hospitalized for about a month or two until he fully bounced back. Now, he's been with the SPCA for the past 2 years, and this has allowed King James to establish his status in the cattery, and he's very well respected by the rest of the cats staying with him. I mean, would you look at this
Well
muscular
respected.
man? I would imagine that the other cats give him a lot of respect too, considering how small and slight the other cats we've looked at so far today have been. James is the man.
He is the man.
Yes, he's a man and a half, really. And he's very curious. He's surveying his kingdom, whereas Lucky, the last cat we saw, was just very skittish, I guess. James is extremely confident. He's not worried at all. This is his kingdom. He's just allowing us to exist in it.
Yes.
So he's looking around.
So just wanted to point out, when you own a dog, you own a dog. When you adopt a cat, the cat adopts you, not you. So when you come and see cats, you know, their characteristics are very different as compared to dogs. So for pet owners who are looking to, you know, if you had a dog and you're looking to adopt a cat right now, do note that none of them have the same characteristics. For cats, it depends on your personality, your vibe, your aura. Not all people are suitable to own cats. I would say, as much as I love cats, I'm not so sure cats love me, because in some sense, somehow or other, my aura is kind of like very...
Doggy.
Yeah, it's very active. So it may be a little bit too much for cats. I may need, I mean, if I'm looking for a cat, I need a cat that loves to be
Snuggled.
carried, pampered, you know. So it really depends on the type of personality you are in order to
Absolutely.
find a pet that's suitable for your character and the household that you live in.
So James right now is scoping out the bounds of his kingdom that he has kindly allowed us to exist in. I'm going to see how he works with toys. I'm suspecting that he's not going to care. Let's see if I'm right. James,
Well, I think
he completely ignored me. He's like, I don't understand what this woman is trying to do, but she just embarrassed herself on camera because babies play with toys. I'm King James.
I think in a sense, you know, we are new to him. So again, cats may take a longer time to warm up to the person. Again, we can't go straight up in their face and expect them to accept us straight away. So, and especially because James had a really, really tough time. I mean,
Exactly
he
so.
was found in a drain, and you know, he had to struggle quite a lot. And a lot of people have this perception that community cats are very friendly, but not all of them are. They have had interactions with really, really tough people in their life that may have got them to not trust humans so much.
But
So
he's so regal. So to come from the storm drains into a kingdom of his own, you've got a very royal personage here who has decided that he's going to make the absolute best of his situation. And you can see how calm he is. He owns this space. This is what he is in charge of. He's very solid. I would say he's a very steady, solid cat. Very curious about the things that he has around him.
and I think that, you know, when you come and see these sort of pets face to face, their characteristics are really different. Although we come onto their area, to showcase how they are without them feeling stressful. One good thing that I have to point out though, during COVID-19 right now, there are no events, there's no adoption drives, and we struggled quite a bit to find a way to help the animal welfare groups, and that's why we reached out to the arts and media industry, and that's why we are here today as a replacement for events, adoption drives, and you kind of get to see a sense of how the pets are in their domain and how they are as a characteristic, but because we are in their domain, we are new. So they may react somewhat differently. So yeah.
Think of PAL as a cross between Tinder and Indian matchmaking. So you are allowed to see all the different animals on display, but we are the auntie who's going to come in between and just tell you a little bit more about their personality types. Oh, we just heard James's beautiful voice.
He decided to just let us hear that.
Yes, so he likes me being the Indian matchmaking auntie. So if you want Auntie Audrey to tell you a little bit more about James and all the beautiful animals that you can find here on PAL, you've come to the right space. Remember, it's a cross between Tinder and Indian matchmaking. So we're going to tell you a little bit more about these beautiful animals in an environment that's comfortable to them. And remember that when you adopt, you're saving 2 lives. You're saving the life of the animal that you are taking out of the shelter, and you're also saving the life of the new animal who can come in and take their space. So honestly, it's good karma all around, and you get a beautiful, wonderful, kind, loving addition to your household. What's there to lose? It's a win-win-win-win-win.
Yes, indeed. And at the end of the day, when you are keen to adopt, so all the adoption drive will be converted to live streaming right now because of COVID-19.
Yes.
And if you're interested to find out more on how the adoption procedures is with SPCA, or you're interested to find out how to be a fosterer for SPCA, there is a form that is in the caption and will be commented by our volunteers in the comment section. It will also be screened at the bottom of our screen if you are interested to adopt. There's a form, simply just need to fill it up. I think the form is just very basic courtesy of knowing who you are as a person, where you stay, and whether you are ready for a lifelong commitment.
Because pets last a little longer than a season, friends.
Yes.
They last a good long time, and it's always a good idea to get to know new family members before you bring them home, as any matchmaking auntie will tell you.
Matchmaking auntie. Remember that.
So James, very, very confident creature. You can see how he's not wavering at all in his gaze. He's just very curious, and he's very calm. And is he finally going to? Yes.
We finally accepted.
I have been blessed by James. He has decided to come and rub up against us.
Okay, so we have actually. I know that we mentioned that we have finished with all the dog adoption, but there may be a special guest that you may see for a little short while before we move on to interview.
Bonus round.
Yes, before we interview our yummy mummies who are also pet owners and mothers of 2-leggeds.
Yes, so we've got fur friends, fur babies, and human babies. And right now we're coming into the bonus round. Why don't you shout out, what is this bonus round creature's name?
Pingu.
Pardon?
Pingu.
Pingu?
3 months old, male.
We've got a 3-month-old male puppy for you. Tell us a little bit more about Pingu. Is he HDB approved?
No, he's not HDB approved. He's under one of our
Not
XENA.
HDB approved yet, no?
No, not yet. Because HDB approved has to be 6 months and above.
Because HDB approval, you need them to be 6 months. Right now, they're too little, so you can't tell whether he's going to sprout into 50 or 55 cm.
So we are going to move on to show you the bonus round.
Bonus round!
While we actually put James back into his domain.
His case.
So we'll switch over to the camera with our camera lady.
Hi! Oh, James is not having it. James is wondering what is going down. Oh, he's such a big boy. Thank you, James, for hanging out with us. Mind his tail, his little itsy bitty tail. Oh, whoops. King James did not appreciate that.
So we'll be moving over to the
Doggy enclosure.
And as you can see, we are actually having one of our volunteers also
baby.
doing photography.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hey. Hey, boo.
Okay, I'm gonna try and slip myself in while you distract him.
So-
I'm gonna leave the gate open while you come in.
So
Hi.
as earlier on we
Hi,
mentioned
honey.
that he is a bonus round. He's 3 months old only.
Hi, babies. Pingu. Hi, Sweetie Pie. Hi, Sweetie Pie. Oh, there's nothing like the wriggly energy of a gorgeous puppy. It's exactly what they said in Snoopy.
No, I'm gonna carry you so that the
Yes.
camera can see you a little bit
Hi.
first.
Oh, look at his beautiful face. Hi, Pingu. So Pingu is 3 months old. We don't know how large he's going to be, but it looks safe to say that once you have this sweet boy in your life, there is very little you're going to want for. Because he seems really affectionate. The fact that he's allowing us to pick him up and interact with him without having too much fuss, too much ado about it.
He's really curious about his surroundings.
He's wondering what's going on. Like, what's going on? I can
Oh,
he
he
smell
can
the
smell the
treats.
treats.
So I think it's safe to say that Pingu might be one of the food-motivated doggies. Yes, he knows what's going on. Do you think he knows treats, Melodee?
I think he knows food.
I think that might be the basic language first. Hi.
Boy.
Look at that. Look at that. Do you want to smile for Auntie Mel? Look at that tail go.
Pingu.
Pingu.
So he's so active and he's also up for adoption. But I think SPC may wait a little bit longer for Pingu's case because we need to know whether he is HDB approved or not.
Because he might be a tall boy. You can see from the length of his paws, his forepaws, that he might grow up to be a tallie instead of a smallie. So it's always good to remember that even though puppies are the cutest things in the world, they don't stay little forever. They get to be different kinds of cute, different kinds of adorable, and you as a pet owner need to be aware that there might be changes in their life. Yes.
He's playful.
He is. But he's very clearly food motivated. Our boy just wants to know where he can get next snacks. Snacks are important to him. He wants to know what comes next.
Right, so Pingu is really, really playful.
Pingu!
But he is a puppy, so that's why he's at the stage whereby,
Come here,
you know,
Come
he's
here,
running around a lot,
Yes.
he's being very active.
I'm going to grab you so we can look at you on camera.
But just
So
to
the camera's right behind us. We're going to just showcase your beautiful face to everyone. So Pingu is just going to be. Ooh! Hi. Oh, he's looking up for his beauty shot, but I think he might be almost done with his patience because right now he's looking up. So if you can look at his sweet face and just think about whether you've got room in your heart and your home for this very sniffy bundle of fuzz. He's
Right.
off for more snacks and he's off.
But we do need to take note that, you know, a lot of people have this perception that they want to adopt puppies and puppies and puppies. But they need to understand that when you adopt puppies, they need a lot more patience.
Exactly
A
so.
lot more
Training,
time.
yeah.
Yes, because they will take longer time to train. You know, it's the same with children. At a young age, it takes a longer time for them to understand what is yes, what is no, what is right and what is wrong.
And he's learning about his world. He's only been in this world for 3 months. Give the boy some slack. He's still figuring out what works and how all the different parts roll together. Pingu, are you keen on a ball? Pingu! Pingu! Oh, nope, he just sees some... Oh, wait, what was that? He sees someone he knows outside, one of our beautiful officers here at the SPCA.
All right.
What's Pingu's favorite toy?
I think he loves humans more than toys.
He loves humans more than toys. Well, Pingu's having a bit of a wee, as puppies are wont to do.
So as
He's
you
just so
can see that
excited.
it will
There you
take
go.
some time to actually train them where to pee and poop, and that will take a couple of weeks to months.
Which is fair
And-
enough.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
so you
Pingu, that's-
definitely need more patience.
That's my bottle. I don't think he wants it. But
And being a puppy, right, it will require them, they kind of like nibble everything, so you kind of need a lot more patience to teach them what they can and cannot nibble as well.
oh, he's very keen. He knows where the food is, and he just wants more of that, please.
Right. Okay, so we are ready to go on to the next one. And, you know, a last shout out, if you are interested to adopt Pingu or any of the pets that you see today, we have the form that you can fill up in the caption below, or you can actually see from our screen where we'll flash it at the bottom. I'm distracted. I can't talk, Audrey.
It's fine. So while Pingu gives Melodee kisses, I will remind everyone that if you are keen on Pingu or any of his friends, it's a simple step that you need to take. Just fill in the forms that are linked in this feed, and we will get a little bit more information about you and your home situation. So we will find out. No, darling, you don't want that. It doesn't taste good, I promise. It's just water. So we'll find out a little bit more about you, so you can find out a little bit more about which animal here at the SPCA is a good fit for you and your home. A lot of you are so interested in puppies. We found you a puppy! So Pingu, we're going to say goodbye, and we're going to be moving on to puppies of a different sort. We're going to be moving on to the discussion portion, where we're talking to our two human mothers who have both human babies and fur babies, and trying to figure out, how do you balance that? How do you strike that balance between welcoming a newborn human child into a home where you have pre-existing fur babies, or vice versa? A lot of people think it can't be done. We're showing you that it can be. But first, we've got a video that we would love to share, a message by Dr. Jaipal Singh Gill, the Executive Director here at the SPCA, and he is going to have a couple of words just for you.
So
We're going to roll the packet. We're
Hi
going to roll.
everyone, thank you for your support. Every single day, and usually more than once a day, the SPCA receives requests from pet owners who want to surrender their pets. There are many reasons why someone may not want to continue keeping their pet. And one of the reasons we do hear quite a bit is that there is a new baby in the home. But there are many people with babies who continue looking after their pets. And it is entirely possible for animals and babies to coexist in a home environment. So you really should not be giving up your pet because a baby is on the way. Anyone thinking of obtaining a pet should remember that a pet is for life. And if you do plan on having a family, please do take some time to read about how to introduce your pet to the new addition to your family. It definitely can be done. And if you want a pet, please consider adopting one from a shelter. There are many animals awaiting their forever homes at the SPCA and at other shelters in Singapore. Thank you once again for your support.
So we are back. We are here with two lovely yummy mummies for interview. So maybe Audrey would like to introduce them.
So we've got the two girls next to us. First off, we have Miss Sindhu Johnson, who has a very, very interesting story to share about how the circumstances of the birth of her first child, and how that was intricately linked with her existing fur baby at home. It's going to be a good story, a really, really good story. And we've also got Miss Hafiza Ishaq with us, who has not one, not two, but 3 cats at home, and a beautiful baby who's turning 1 very, very, very soon. Thanks for coming on the show and making time for us, guys.
No problem. Anytime we should.
So maybe we'd like to just share a bit. We'd like to maybe talk both to them. The reason why we brought both mummies in is because Shindu actually has a dog and Fiza actually has a cat. So they both have managed and went through the scenario of giving birth while having pets at home. So, you know, a lot of people, they always wonder whether it is possible to have pets when they have their babies. And this is a common thing that a lot of people let people to actually give up their pets for them. And today we are trying to show you that it is possible to have both pets and babies at home. So maybe
not mutually exclusive. Shall we hear from the first, the most exciting, all the stories are exciting to demonstrate to you at home that you can have it all, and what tips and tricks that you might need to adapt to in order to maximize the experience for you and your family and your new addition. So Cindy, why don't you tell us the story about the circumstances, the reeling circumstances of your son's birth?
The actual birth story, is it?
The actual birth story, really quick. This is a good one, guys.
Yeah, okay. So actually throughout my pregnancy, I have been walking Baron daily for 1 hour.
What dog is Baron?
Baron is a Singapore special. He was adopted from exclusively mongrel.
Nice.
Yep. So throughout there hasn't been any change throughout my pregnancy
Right.
from the time I found out. So I have been the routine has been the same. We still walk him twice daily and all. So daily I'll have to walk him 1 hour and squat to pick up his poop, and nothing has changed. So on that night, my due date was the next day.
Right.
So it was 27 August, and 26 August midnight, I squat to give Baron a good night kiss, which is my usual routine. So when I stood up, I can feel that I ruptured my water bag.
Oh.
Yeah. But the water wasn't flowing yet, but I knew, you can feel it's my second pregnancy.
Right.
Woke my husband up and said we have to get to the hospital. He was doubtful because there was a false alarm 2 days before.
Oh, I see.
So
okay.
so on the way to the hospital, in the car, I delivered.
So you delivered your baby in the car?
Yes, I delivered my baby in the car.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah. So midway through, I think okay, the sequence is I squat to kiss Baron at 1:05, ruptured at 1:20. We were out the door, and then at 1:47 I delivered, and then there was still about 15 minutes to the hospital.
Oh goodness.
So
Yeah, and
your child demanded to be born
Exactly.
immediately.
Oh,
knew what you wanted.
and the thing is, the day my son was born is International Dogs Day.
Oh.
So yeah,
Oh.
so it's as if my son knew that, oh, strike midnight already. Okay, I can come out anytime now. Or
And
something.
meet my new big brother Baron.
Yeah, so that's the story, and I believe that one of the things which made the delivery sped up the labor is,
Right.
I think, the keeping
Squat.
active every day. 1
Right.
hour walk contributed. The squat contributed too. But I would also put a disclaimer to check with your gynae, because it's not suitable for high risk pregnancy.
Fair enough.
So yeah.
So it's such a fantastic way to understand how having your fur baby Baron, having his input in the speeding along of meeting your child, your second child, on International Dog Day, no less. We're going to come back and hear a little bit more from you about how you managed to integrate having the animal in your life while welcoming both your children. I'm deducing both your children at the same time. But we're going to find out what it was like from a different perspective with not one dog, but 3 cats. What was that like?
3 cats.
Yeah, 3 cats. Yeah, 3 cats with a baby is quite a lot.
Quite not highly recommended.
But yeah, I mean, like, so when I first found out that I got pregnant, the first thing I do was to let my gynae know upfront that, hey, I have 3 cats. You know, do you want to, is there any advice? But my gynae was like, my other patients have 12 cats. So 3 is really nothing for him.
Right.
So, but I think he would just tell me to make sure that they are all in good health.
Right.
So I went to my vets and then make sure that they all had their vaccination up, deworm and everything. So I just had to make sure that everything's all healthy. And then slowly I introduced baby furniture. So I have a nice nursery, right? So I slowly introduce baby furniture, and I make sure that they are comfortable with the new environment that they're gonna be having. So yeah. Then when the baby came, I was hoping some reaction, but no, none of them are quite interested with to him yet.
Right.
So,
Right.
Yeah.
So they kind of like left him, avoided him.
Yeah, I think because previously I do a lot of cat babysitting, so they were like, okay, probably this one's gonna be a temporary visitor. So they didn't really expect him to be like a permanent resident in the house. Yeah.
So in some sense, your cats have already gotten exposed to mingling with children.
Yes.
Young children, so they
Yeah.
kind of like already know what to do, what
what
not
to
do.
expect, yeah.
Right. So in a sense, your cats were already experienced.
Yes,
Her cats were more experienced than
than myself.
Most young parents.
That's quite cute, right? I mean, like you would think that you would be more concerned, but ended up your pets ended up being more exposed because you expose them to handling children, mingling with kids. And I think this is a good part which a lot of people kind of like restrain their pets from.
Yeah.
They kind of like, oh, you know, the kids are too rowdy, so they kind of stray them away from the pets. And this is where things can go wrong in the future, especially when you want to have kids. I think the more you expose them, the better it is, right? In some sense.
Yeah, I do have family members or ex-colleagues at a time point who are like, oh, you shouldn't have cats now. You should get rid of them quick because because of the fur or the saliva. Because all of them they don't really have pets, right? So people are just when you're not educated in that sense, so you have this stigma or this thought that okay, it will be harmful to your babies and everything.
Right.
So,
That's
but
such an
actually-
interesting point that you brought up. So,
Yeah.
Sindhu, do you have any well-meaning friends or relatives who might have like come up to you, and did they say anything similar when you found out you were expecting number 2?
They didn't, because I guess earlier I was sharing with Melodee that as a person, as a persona, I'm a very I guess I am
Quite vocal, right?
I'm quite vocal in the sense that you don't tell me what to do, you don't advise me, and as long as you're not paying my bills, you don't as long as you're not funding Baron or you're not funding my baby, you don't come and tell me that I don't need free advisors unless I ask for advice. So I think me and my husband, we have this persona, so no one cross the boundary to tell that, oh, you have parent, you have to be wary of this, that. No, and they know that we will never give up Baron, so they didn't even broach that subject. Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, earlier on you did mention that you go to your gynae and everything, right?
Yeah.
Earlier on she shared that her gynae mentioned that they had a patient that had 12 cats while pregnancy. So did you go through any scenario whereby maybe even doctors actually, because doctors don't technically know you, so they may say certain things about, maybe dogs and babies do not mix too well together. Did any of this?
No, not at all. I particularly chose a very pro-natural gynae. So he's all for everything which has to take nature's course.
Right.
He's more of that sort of person. So when we asked him for advice, he said that everything in moderate. Yeah, even in food and all, everything in moderation. He
Right.
didn't say that, oh, you have to avoid this particular thing or avoid that particular thing. Because that's his philosophy, and that's why I chose him as the gynae.
Right.
So for him, everything in moderation, and there's nothing to be careful about pertaining to dogs and babies and pregnant women or whatsoever. Even exercise, he said, yeah, go for it, go for the walks. Just look out for any signs of, like water bag breaking or anything. Even he said that even on the day of the even past your due date, some women go past the 40 weeks. He said go for it. The more the exercise is better, the squatting and everything is good, because you descend the baby down for easy labor, which is what happened to me.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
Super
I mean,
efficient.
But then again, disclaimer, high risk
depends.
pregnancy.
Yeah. No, but
And you should know your body and look out for any signs or symptoms. Yeah.
But I think like you earlier on said that exercising already helps, and at the end of the day, I think again, like it's case by case, but when you exercise while you're pregnant, it's still a really, really good thing, and you have your dog to walk with you, your husband to walk with you.
So what we're hearing from is just stories from mummies who already had very integrated pet lives before they welcomed human children. So Fiza, you were mentioning that you've always had your 3 cats. You've always had cats growing up since 16, was it?
Since I was 14 to 16, yeah.
Did you have any concerns or thoughts when you found out that you were welcoming number 1 into the world?
I was just concerned about, I think, nothing much to be concerned. I think it's only whether will he be having any asthma or allergens, because even so, I have to be prepared, right?
Of course.
So I have to make preparations, and then we have to come up with ways like, okay, how will they able to cohabitate together? Because I'm not going to dump my cats just because of such things. So but thankfully he's okay. I mean, now so far there's no reaction, no allergy and everything.
Was that something that you came to on your own, like maybe you and your husband, that you thought that your baby might have allergies, or was there like a family history of allergies, or was it something that someone told you, oh, your child will be allergic?
We have family history of allergies and we have family histories of asthma because my sister is she has asthma
Right.
and she's also quite allergic to cat furs,
Right.
but she still has her own cats.
Oh,
So yeah, I mean, so we've seen how people cope. So we are not too worried. We just, we don't really hope that a child to have asthma or allergies, right?
Of course.
Yeah. But
So were there any concerns with doggies, and were you worried that maybe your children might have the same concerns, like allergies or some sort of health issues? Did that even cross your mind when you found out?
Actually, my biggest concern was not even dog aggression, because I feel that I can work on it with training. It was really things which are beyond my control, like allergy. I have childhood asthma, and that's the thing. Because when it's baby's health versus your dog, of course, but I still wouldn't give up on my dog. I had plans of, okay, if fur was the allergen or allergy, right? Probably wear a t-shirt for Baron, or buy one of those robot vacuum. So we had all these plans. We are not going to give up on him. But that was my concern, that if it's allergy, we will have to do all this, and maybe have a part-time helper coming in 3 times a week. Spend more money, but I'm not giving up on Baron. But that was my concern. Was my concern.
Right.
Still is looking out, but so far everything's good.
And it looks
Yeah.
great. Like you've got both your fur child and your actual child. They look really cute twinning in their outfits.
Yeah.
And Baron seems to like
I
his
also
t-shirt.
feel that one of the things is, if you introduce and get them exposed earlier, their immunity or their antibodies build up. So that's why as a newborn, I've already... Actually, I didn't put them together. He was there in the cot, parents came and sat, and he's been the guard ever since.
that's so sweet.
Yeah. So to a point where we bought an extra bed to put beside the cot, because he's on the cold floor, right? So now he's got everywhere there's a cot. So we have a cot in the living room. We have a bedside cot, and then we have another cot. So Baron has also a lounger, a sofa, and a bed beside the cots. It's fair lah, he also wouldn't feel left out, and I think dogs tend to be aggressive if they feel neglect. And we all would, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, like, as humans,
yeah,
we would.
even if our boyfriend or husband is not giving us attention, and suddenly he's so drowned in work, we'll be like, oh, so money more important, right? That sort of thing. Yeah. So it's a bit similar for dogs. They notice that, oh, so ever since this little guy came in, I'm not getting the attention, and that I sort of feel that aggression goes within, and one day when the kid just tries to pet, and that's when the dog snaps and all. It's something which we kind of human caused it. So if from the very start we integrate both together and are fair, I guess we can avoid such mishap in future.
I love the way that you put that it's actually a wider situation. It's not that the animal was bad or the animal was at fault, but actually there should be a sharing around of the responsibility for the situation that occurred. Now, in your situation, you have 3 cats.
Yeah.
So was there a new child? So in your household, was it difficult to strike this balance that Sindhu just talked about, like this balance to be equal in your ability to share out the affection and the attention?
Okay, at first it was a bit difficult because I think my number 2 has never shed anyone else but him. So when I started to have him, he starts to stop coming to my bedroom.
Oh dear.
Completely, and he stopped sharing the bed with us. And then I realized, okay, maybe I kind of need to spend a bit more time. So because the first 2 weeks with the baby is a very tiresome period. So after I managed to settle down the routine with the baby, I make sure that I do spend time with each of my cats. But I'm lucky enough because my first one is very like, I only come to you when I really need you. It's only my number 2 that is very clingy. He's the one that always sits on my belly, and he's always, sneaking into the toilet when I'm inside.
He's your baby. He was your baby.
Yeah, so
The
he's actually
manja.
so
Very
he's
manja.
actually my baby.
Right,
So but yeah, so now that he's older, right, and then whenever he takes naps, the first thing he does is to run up on my lap. So yeah, so I have to make time differently for each of my cats.
Of course.
So I make sure that the first one gets get a lot of food. The number 2 got ample amount of one-on-one, and the number 3 I just have to give her rubs here and there. So my number 3 is the only one that is curious enough to be with my son.
Nice.
Yeah, so it took a while because I think she's the only one who's not used to any children.
Oh,
So
okay.
every time she's curious, I have to make sure I'm there.
You are there to supervise it, yes.
Because you have to supervise. I want to make sure that my cat is also in a safe space, and I want to make sure that he's also in a safe space to be curious, to experiment on the touching and all the cuddling things. So with 3 cats, it's a bit handful. You have to make extra routine. You have to make extra time for the routine with them.
And what I love about what you've just shared is how much these children, and they are your children, all have different personalities. And much like you would have to find time for all your different human children, especially in the light of a new arrival, you will also need to make time for your fur children and take care of them and give them affection and attention in the specific ways that suit their personalities. Like you mentioned, number 1 just wanted food, number 2 just wanted attention, number 3 just wanted the rubs, and allow your animals to get to a point where they're not resentful of the new addition, and they're a loving part of your family, because ultimately that's what you do when you welcome an animal into your home. They are part of your family. And if you decide to grow your family, whether with a new baby or whether you're adopting another animal or buying another animal, it all comes down to being able to balance the love that you already have.
It's a family's decision.
Exactly,
yes.
exactly so.
I am curious though, because when we have children and we have pets at home, I mean, I'm not a mother yet, but I am curious, how did you go about introducing your babies to your pet? The very first day you brought your baby home, what are the steps that you do? Maybe we can start with Shindu?
Okay. For us, what we did is my husband brought back the clothes my baby wore.
Before you went back?
Yes. So these clothes were worn even before my baby was showered. So out
the smell
from the oven, and he was wearing this baju, and then he took that
Wrap.
top,
the
the
wrap.
top, and then went back home, let Baron sniff it, and basically he sniffed. I think Baron was confused and he doesn't know what's going on, and then I think I was discharged the following day. What we did was we did this sequence because we researched and they said that it'll help transition smoothly. So Baron is in the house. He's there. The whole ideology is because he is there first. Baby is coming. So you don't bring the baby in and then bring Baron from elsewhere, and Baron will be like, hey, who invaded my house, right?
Right.
So Baron is in the house. My husband is in the house. So we kind of did a little thing. I was under the block. He was in the house. So I was at the lift, and we were like, okay, stand by. It's like some, I don't know, some VIP meeting, you know. And then my husband opened the gate, and he knew that I was at the lift because he knows my smell, right? He ran. Then he was like, hey, wait, what's she carrying? Yeah, it doesn't smell like food, but she's carrying something. And then so I was carrying, and then I leaned forward a bit. He was trying to sniff, and then I think he familiarized with the baju yesterday, right? And then I was very you have to be worried lah, because the thing is you can't say that they won't snap or anything. You have to be very careful. Have to watch their body language. That's the thing. My husband is there to watch their body. If the hair is raising, break away this thing slowly, and then don't try your luck.
Right.
Newborn baby as well.
Right.
So slowly. So you can see he was all excited. No aggression. No nothing. He was just very happy because I think he's seeing us after 2 days.
Nice.
Seeing me after 2 days. Because we made a point that no matter what happens, he will still be walked by my husband every day, even though I'm going to be delivering. So we kind of, sidetrack a bit. Throughout this whole journey, there was no changes. Every day, the only changes is maybe that 1 week I wasn't walking him.
But your husband was.
Even on the day, the whole thing happened. We were at the hospital at 2 a.m. 4 a.m. we were done and in the ward. 10 a.m. my husband went home to walk him. So there's practically no change.
Right.
Yeah, and he fed him. So he missed me, and then he sniffed and smelled, and he was happy, and he licked me. He's not a licker, so I think he's showing that I don't know, you did it, mommy, or something. And okay, so we gave him his own space to comprehend what is going on, no? This is something I wouldn't advise, but I did it by mistake. I put him in the bassinet and went to the toilet. But my husband captured the scene where Baron climbed over the sofa. He's not supposed to go on the sofa, and he will not, because he'll get scolding.
Right.
But he climbed over to see what is that.
Aww.
Like and we have a photo of that. But we were still watchful, but we didn't alarm him like, hey, or
you didn't react
because if you startle him, he might just snap, right?
Yes.
So okay, we just watch, but go closer. Okay, he was just curious, and slow integration. But I think at the end of day 5, I could see that he accepted. He was still a bit apprehensive because he's like this little thing who's making shrieking noise, annoying, but also I'm okay. But we keep the doors open, and also Baron still sleeps in the room. There's a bedside cot, so he can feel free to walk in and out of the room.
Right.
We didn't close him out or close him in.
Right.
He has the liberty to
free roam lah.
Yeah, free roam. If he feels that is too much, this thing is too much already. Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's a very honest way
we
of
kind of
characterizing it.
integrated slowly at dog space, at everyone's space, and look out for signs for
Right.
any gonna be snapping or
Right.
Yeah.
So you can see for dogs, right, where when it comes to reaction, I think dogs sense our feelings very, very strongly. They are more in tune with our feelings. So if you react in a more of like, you did point out like, we were watchful, we will make sure that things are okay, but we didn't react. Because if you react aggressively, dogs may take that as a like, oh, okay, something is wrong. So we ourselves have to be vigilant about how we feel so that our feelings don't reflect on the dog themselves. So I think for cats it's very much different.
How is that with three in the house?
I think
The
just
first day.
like me, I was pretty chill about it. Okay, so what I did was, as I entered the house, I made sure I greet them first, and then I made sure I give them. Then after which, then I kind of told them that we have a new family, and then we brought Elian in with the car seat. I didn't rush them. I was just being watchful. I mean, like as we parents do. I'm just gonna make sure that I let them sniff and they don't even bother. They just walk back to their room. Like those videos you see where those dogs or cats get excited and then they rub their feet. No, my cats are totally the opposite.
Oh, they're too cool.
They were like, alright, okay, whatever. This is probably
okay,
a temporary
anyone.
visitor anyway. So yeah, then so usually I'm always in the living room, and the baby is always on the bassinet next to me, and they will once in a while they will take a peek and then that's it, because I really don't want to push them. I really want them to. Cats are different from dogs. You really can't. You have to really let them be at their own pace.
Of course.
Like that, so yeah.
But throughout the entire stay, like because you say cats don't react on the spot and dogs react more on the spot. So did that change over time? Like it's been coming to a year,
Yeah,
right?
it's coming to a year next week. Over the time, it did change. Now when he cries, everybody runs from the room.
Oh,
Nobody wants to. I would think that yeah, I was hoping that, you know, if he runs, somebody would run up to him and say, it's okay, mommy's on the way. But no, none of them. Like, the moment I see them all running from the room, I know he's crying.
Oh dear.
So, yeah, but slowly, like I said, Chloe is the only one that is starting to be more curious of him.
Right.
And starting to approach him more. And then now, when Elian is playing in his playmat,
Right.
she's the only one be like, okay, I'm coming, and then poof on the mat,
Oh, bless.
and then I'm like, okay, play, and I'll just be here with you. So yeah,
That's fantastic. So what I'm hearing is two very strong stories with very positive vibes of integrating existing fur children with new additions, new human additions to the family. Just to close it up for this chat, Sindhu, do you have any advice to new mothers or mothers-to-be who are in similar situation with dogs?
My advice is do a lot of research, seek help, and start early. From the time you know that you are expecting, start inject the integration very slowly and transition across, I don't know, 5 months, or don't wait till the last minute. Don't wait till you bring the baby and
then you start.
And
Expect a
think-
miracle.
Expect a miracle, and ask help, because no AWG will turn you down and say, oh sorry, we can't advise you, or we are too busy, because they rather advise you and help you rather than one day you turn up and say, I'm giving up my dog.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one thing. And also, if you post things online with your baby and your dog and all that, and there'll be a string of advice. The thing is, actually, of course, take everything with a pinch of salt. There'll be differing advice, but if there's some which actually is for safety concern, or is for the benefit of you, even though it comes out as in they are advice. I mean, I'm contradicting, because earlier I say I don't like advice, but sometimes it's because we are all not perfect, and take the criticism constructively and work on it, because I've done a few mistakes as well. I've learned from it. I think I've posted on the SS group of my son and Baron sleeping on the bed, and it is so and all that, but actually that's a wrong thing to do, and someone pointed out and explained to me the rationale behind, and I accepted it. So ever since then, I try not to do it already, because that, you know, Baron may not be able to voice out his irritation, and one day he might bite. So that's a mistake I did, and I'm correcting it. So do a lot of research, and what else, and also don't take whatever on Facebook as oh okay, Baron is this perfect dog. Wow, I wish I had a dog like Baron, and my dog is so naughty, I'm going to give up on my dog, because you know that is the ideal dog. But no, there's a lot of behind the scenes which parents don't post. There's a lot of, like, I take 1.5 hours to make my baby sleep, and someone walks past and Baron barks the house down. There goes my 1.5 hours of effort, and at that moment I really feel like strangling Baron, but you know, I love him and I love the baby, and I start all over again. It's another 1 hour. So there's a lot behind the scenes, and there are incidents of Baron has nipped another dog. It is the initial stage where, you know, we were learning about him accepting baby. He was protective of me and baby, so he nipped another dog, but we worked on it with positive reinforcement training and all. So there's a lot behind the scenes. So don't think that, oh, my dog is very naughty and I can't manage him, and the only way out of this, my misery, is to give him up. No, seek help early, work on it, because you make the problem grow until very big. It's very you know, it's very difficult to train retrain all over again. So nip it at the butt.
So what I'm hearing from Sindhu is, if you are in a situation where you have an existing doggy at home and you're bringing home baby, do your research early. Speak to animal welfare groups to get advice. Check out Facebook groups to see whether there are pointers for you online as well. Do not be disheartened by model social media people, because like we all know, social media does not reflect true life. It just reflects what you want to show about true life. Have a lot of patience. You're bringing home a new family member to your existing family member, and it will be okay. Now we're going to cross over to have a chat with Hafiza. Any last advice for new mothers or mothers to be with cats in the home?
Okay. For those mummy to be, I don't. Those pregnant ones, please don't do the toilet. Don't clean the litter. Please ask your helper or anyone else in the household member to clean it, because it's not advisable. And make sure when you have the baby, find a place that the baby can't reach the litter, because once that baby is walking, he will know where he will start to look around and then expose. Thirdly is don't expect too much from your cats or your pets. Just expect them to live harmoniously.
Right.
It's fine. I mean, just don't put too much pressure on your pets to be best friends with your babies or your children.
Yeah, okay. I think at the end of the day, both advices are very different. You know, dogs are the way that you go around, you need to get them used to the smell before you bring a baby home. And you know, for cats, they may react very nonchalantly. So these are kind of like the things that is very different when you have a dog or a cat at home and when you're expecting. So earlier on, Shindu have already explained that when it comes to dogs, try to get them to smell your baby, but you make sure that you are watchful and be very careful, but don't react in a very, don't have your guard up basically, right? Because you don't want to have that
also,
reflection.
Sorry, one more pointer, like for dogs, right, your dog you may have your dog for 7-8 years and that your dog have never bitten and all. I've got a friend who had her dog for 7 years, never bitten and very good, but after a baby, actually a prominent event changes a dog. A very prominent, like a demise of someone or a birth of someone. It has, I've seen true cases. So don't think that, oh, my dog will never bite, or my dog loves my always be there with your child and the dog, and always be watchful, because you don't know what's their triggers.
Right.
Yeah, and like I thought Baron will never bite until he decided to bite my husband's best man on the wedding. Yeah, so it's like it's a lesson learned. It was such a stressful environment, too many things going on. It's a wedding event at the hotel. So yes, so things may happen. Be vigilant and very watchful, especially dogs, because cat bite, I don't know, it's small mouth. Yeah, but
still no,
but
it's still quite painful.
Dog is like, you know, you'll not, the damage is bigger lah, and you don't want a case where dog to be taken away, even if you don't want to give up.
Right.
Sorry, for extending.
No, not at all. I think we've got really good advice coming through from the two mothers who have decided to come and very generously give up their time and to demonstrate to you that it is possible. If you are a new mother or a mother-to-be, or if you're trying and you're trying to decide, okay, can I have these two parts of my life come together? We've heard really excellent advice from the ladies who've decided to share how they managed to cope with all these changes, what tips and tricks worked for them, and what research and avenues that you can rely on if you're finding yourself in a similar situation. You can make this happen. They are the proof of it. So thank you so much, ladies, for spending your afternoon with us. It was so great to have you guys on.
It was nice.
And that brings us to the end of this episode. This is the first episode of season 2 of Project Adopt Live. Thank you so much for joining us and hanging out with us. We had 7 beautiful animals here at the SPCA.
6 plus 1
6
bonus.
plus the 1 bonus puppy. We always like bonus puppies in our lives. So if you are thinking about adopting, I will let you know again, just fill in the form that is available on your screen. And remember that when you adopt, you're saving 2 lives, the lives of the animal that you bring home and the life that you free up in the shelter for the next animal that comes along. Next week, the PAL train keeps trucking along and the 2 hosts will be different. You will not get Melodee and myself
Not next week. It's now gonna be every other Sunday.
every other Sunday. So
Yeah.
in 2 weeks' time, you will be getting your next dose of PAL with new hosts. We've got Joe Tan and Edward Choi from season 1 coming back, and they will be joined with homegirl Hanley Hopper. She's not just an actress, she's not just a host, she's also an adoptive parent to doggies, and she will be sharing her experience and her joys with her fur babies. It's going to be amazing. And we want to thank you so much for joining us here on this, our first episode of season 2. So it's going to be a blast and a half. We'll see you in 2 weeks. She is Melodee from Hope for Animals. It's on her t-shirt. My name is Audrey Lim of Audrey is Audrey, and we will see you in 2 weeks.
See ya.
See ya.
Okay, awesome.